Oh, wow. Ugh, it's the gift that just keeps on giving. I mean, we know that Fantastic Four was a fantastic flop. And boy, did it flop. A $26 million loss for the company of Fox. Not Marvel, Fox. Not Disney, Fox. Because Fox has the movie rights. And the fanboys in the forums are fucking raging all over this. Some saying, sorry about that. Some saying that Fox is not going to give up the rights to Fantastic Four, and others are saying, yeah, they will. Oh yeah, they will. And I'm in the pretty much agreement. And then there's a petition out there. It was stated in my last video of just fans just basically wanting Fox to give up the rights to Fantastic Four because they ran the whole franchise into the fucking ground. And this movie, even though Fox is denying it in every which possible way, was basically a cash grab film, which they failed miserably on doing because they're not cash. They're now losing money on this. And by the way, the $20 million that, or the 200 million or whatever that they did spend on making that film, they're not getting that money back. So that's added on to the $26 million loss. So that's a fuck ton of money. Basically, Fox has taken the Fantastic Four brand name and turned it to complete and utter shit. That all their license are now in trouble in every which way. And of course, as I said in the forums, the fanboy fights are literally getting out of control. I mean, I went to comicbookresources.com, and just about every day that forum is just gathering up just people just yelling at each other. And I mean, they are yelling and screaming and just going all sorts of batshit insane. Which is not really a surprise because you never see the fanboys fight each other on YouTube because, that's a horrible place for the fanboys to fight. Even though it was comic books where the whole fanboy war started from. And yeah, I know I started with the whole Mac versus PC argument. But anyways, that was another story, by the way. But anyways, again, what happened was the fanboys started as a war between Marvel comic fanboys and the DC comic book fanboys. And what happened was DC Comics printed a comic book called Fanboy, and in the comic book Fanboy, they literally endorsed the fanboy fighting. And thus, the fanboy war started. And has never ended. And Marvel's got nothing to worry because, they didn't put out that hunk of pile of steam. Then you got the background mess that's going on. Josh Trank had a home in Louisiana, somewhere in Baton Rouge, in which he had dogs shit and piss and just rip up the entire inside of the house in which the Fox Studio, had to fix. And apparently that led to him getting fired from Star Wars. Rumors of him being drunk, and rumors of this and that. And then also him tweeting negative shit about the movie before the movie came out. And you think it stops there? No. The news just kept coming. Now there are reports all over the fucking place that he was showing up drunk. Fox took over. Shit went on, and now there was a fight between him and the main star. This movie has literally become the sign of a complete and utter train wreck of just movies in general. And yeah, Fox is going to give the rights up to Marvel. There's no fucking decision on that now. I mean, there's nothing to stop that. That's going to happen because Fox has fucked up badly, extremely badly. And now they got a franchise which is putting them further and further into bankruptcy. And, well, okay, that was an overstatement. I mean, no, Fox ain't going into bankruptcy. Okay, I overstated that. That was my mistake. But the movie has basically been nothing but a loss. And here's the thing you don't know. There were 3 other films that came out before this. The one that was never released in theater, made by Roger Corman. And then you had the one mildly successful movie, which incorporated a sequel that was so bad that it flopped in theaters, even though some people are saying not. And now you have this complete flop. And that makes two films that have flopped. And there's a reason why there's no Predator 3. I mean, Alien versus Predator 3. But, jeez. And Fox is running around saying we're going to make a sequel no matter what you say. No, you're not going to make a sequel. You can't. You can't make a sequel on this. I mean, half those actors are pretty much gone. They're going to be leaving. They're walking away from this disaster. Especially if the rumors of the fight between and I'm not talking like, oh, one person said this, another person said this. I mean, they picked up their fists and started swinging it at each other, literally. And then half the cast and half the crew had to drag the other two into separate rooms. That kind of fist fight. Of course, I love how the defenders of, oh, Fox is going to keep the rights. And of course, the best one was, oh, because it's a cash cow. No, no, it's not. Two flops, and they can't do anything with the franchise. And they can't do anything with the TV rights because, well, Marvel has to sign away on television shows and shit like that. And Marvel gets the TV rights. That's why Spider Man is on Disney and all that other shit. The rights they have is over the actual physical film rights. They don't even get merchandising rights off of Fantastic Four, or even the X-Men for that matter. They don't get television rights, cartoon rights, or game rights, toy rights. They just get the film rights. That's it. And right now, the films are costing Fox too much fucking money. See, Fox has to come up with a movie, not a television show. Of course, adding with the whole, cell phone hacking scandal that happened. Now, I mean, that happened with Fox and its own ex owner Rupert Murdoch. Fox isn't doing very good right now. They're in a very, very, very bad mess. And you know what? They made it themselves. And that news of, and if this whole background news of Josh Trank and all this shit continues to just explode, things are just not gonna. Things are just getting worse. I mean, Fox is remaining silent, but its crew members and people behind the scenes are basically all pointing the fingers, and it's literally turning into one of the funniest, and I mean hilarious, blaming games I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. This movie has become the epitaph of just disaster movies in general, and not just, oh yeah, it's a. I mean, like those disaster movies where everything's falling apart. I mean, this thing is a disaster from beginning to end, and even its final product is a complete train wreck. And now the news afterwards is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I mean, still not as bad as Batman and Robin, but still, this is one of the worst disasters I have ever seen in my entire life. They have fucked up everything from beginning to end. Way to go, Fox. Way to go. Can't wait for those rights for Fantastic Four to start. Till you hand those rights to Fantastic Four over to Marvel, and you are gonna hand it over. The fans are bitching. The moviegoers are bitching. Your stockholders are bitching. It's too much. A disaster is a disaster, but this is a nuclear warhead that just went off. And I'm loving every second of it. See ya.